Hi my loves, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're already part of the fam, welcome back, period. Today we are going to go into my makeup routine. Right now I'm just prepping with some like green tea under eye mask, and they're slipping right now, but I'm prepping because I just want to get rid of the puffiness under my eyes and make the makeup look as smooth as possible. This is the brand of eye mask that I use. This brand right here. I don't know if you guys, they will also be linked down below in the description box. So without further ado, let's get into it. When I get into this makeup routine, I'm going to get up close and personal so you guys can really see how I apply my makeup, what I do, and my overall technique. To be quite honest with you, I feel like my makeup routine is pretty regular. I think that most routines that look either like a soft glam or like a natural vibe to it, or that's just like not a lot of heavy makeup, I feel like the reason that it looks as flawless as it does is based on the technique. I'll show you some tricks I picked up along the way as I've been learning how to do my makeup. I start with my brows first. Listen y'all, I am a mixer, so I do some drugstore, some like luxury or high-end brands, just depending on my needs, depending on what works for me. I just want to, you know, put that out there that some of these items are super affordable and some of them are a little bit pricier, but still nothing too crazy. Like, it's not too crazy. I kind of do my brows like I start them off combination like circa 2015, and then I kind of I relax my brows a little bit and I bring it back down to about like 2020, and that's what works for me. So yeah. And y'all, I have like these bangs and I've been burning my forehead every time I try to flat iron them, but for the burns, aloe vera. My eyebrow pencil, I use a drugstore brand. And this brand is Ruby Kisses and it's in dark brown, and I love this pencil. It does everything that I need it to do. First, I just go in and just like brush my brow out. First, go in and I start lining the shape I'm looking for. And I go a little bit past my brow shape. You'll see in the end when I add the concealer, I shape the brow, and this is how I shape the brow. Trust the process, please. And then I do the same on the other side, and I kind of use the other side as a guide to create my shape on this side. So my brows are looking like cousins. I fake give myself like a unibrow, but you guys are going to understand why in a bit. So now that my shapes are drawn, now it's time to fill them in. And don't be shy, because again, you're gonna shape them later, you're gonna brush it out later. So if it's a little bit dark, you can brush it out to make it lighter. Okay, a week. Now that the brows are drawn, we're going to shape them up. And this is the part where I kind of also like to let my concealer dry. I'm going to take this mask, the under eye mask, off. Look at that, y'all. It's just so supple, no puffiness. I'm gonna go in with my primer, and the primer that I like to use, well, I usually use the Hydro Grip primer by Milk Makeup. I really like that primer, but I opted for using something similar by ELF. Like, it has like the same type of consistency, and it's the Power Grip primer, and I've been using it and it's really good. If you don't want to go for the pricier brand, I would definitely suggest this one as a dupe, but I'll link both below in the description box so you guys can choose which works better for you. So I just go in with the primer all on my face. It just has such a nice consistency that I really like. I love like a sticky primer like this because, you know, the makeup is going to bond to it. I'm ready to apply my concealer. This is the concealer that I use, the Bye Bye Dark Spots Concealer by IT Cosmetics. Also a serum, and it has 2% niacinamide and hyaluronic acid and caffeine. And I swear by this concealer, no flashback, no like heaviness and cakiness, but it is buildable and it has medium coverage. And I love to use this concealer for everything, so swear by this. So I'm gonna go in to my I'm gonna go in with my concealer in the inner corner of my eyes. And then just draw a line up to accentuate my almond eyes. I'm gonna do the same on this side. Just drawing up. And then a little down my nose. And that's the key, y'all. Like, I do my concealer before my foundation. And that's the key. And I let it dry a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with one of my brushes, my brow brush. I got this in a set, this brush in a set like years ago, but any like flat topped brush like this will work. Anything that you can like shape with. So I'm gonna take some of my concealer and then I'm gonna go into my brow. Just follow the shape of the brow that you made and use concealer to clean it up. And we're gonna do the same to the other side. Period. And this is where you really start shaping. This method has worked for me for years. Brows is very subjective, and I think brows are based on your face, your overall face shape. But for me, I feel like that arched brow really just accentuates my features. It's super subjective, but this is what I do. I keep shaping, and I use this to kind of shape my tail end as well, because I never have it this long. So I use this brush to kind of like shape it out. I do the same on the other side. You guys, like, makeup is literally the art of painting your face, accentuating your natural features. Period. So now that I'm done shaping, now I go in and clean it up. I use a double-sided brush. It's like literally my holy grail. So I use the flat end to kind of clean up any excess concealer, like blend that through, making sure the shape is still being held. And I use the fluffy brush to blend it all out. Okay, now we're gonna go down the middle. And this is where you can start using your flat brush to shape. This is what I do. It's just a gradual, like, light touch in the front to get it getting real natural. I try to make sure that my brow lines up with like my inner corner of my eye so that it's not too long in the front. And essentially that's where I'm gonna leave it. When it's like a little bit thick like this, I go in with some more concealer and I just clean up the top. Voila! That's what it's hitting for. And I'm gonna do the same to the other side. Then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna get into this concealer and I'm gonna do the face. Okay. So these are the brows. So next, I'm going to blend this concealer out. And I like to use these pads on my face. They're just super easy to use, and honestly I feel like gives me the perfect look. I'm going to go in with my setting spray, and I usually fluctuate between the Urban Decay All Nighter spray or e.l.f. This spray, I've just started using it. I was using the Blue Mist spray by e.l.f., but now I'm using the Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist up to 16 hours wear. Yes, yes, this This, yeah, that's what you gotta do. I just wet this pad with my spray, and I go in and I start blending. And I blend in the shape that I'd like my concealer to go. And I always blend up to give my face and my makeup a lifted look. And then you're going to switch the end and blend that out. Like, how blendable and flawless is that, y'all? Like, I kid you not, it's my holy grail. Okay, now for the other side. And voila, this is how it's looking, all blended out. Next is the bridge of my nose. I like to do this first because when you put the foundation around it, it just gives everything such a seamless look. Just so seamless and blended perfectly. We're going to set this, and I know what you guys are saying, I didn't put my foundation on. Trust my process. I used the Laura Mercier setting powder, the translucent loose setting powder, and translucent honey. I swear by this setting powder. So I have a different one of these pads that I use for setting powder. Just so easy, like the shape is perfect. And so I just dip that in, blow off the excess, and then I just go in with the dip and do the same thing. Just really making sure that I'm setting the concealer in properly. There we go. And now the same for the other side. And then my nose. Go in with my duster brush. I got this set from BH Cosmetics, the studio set, so I'll link that in the description box below as well. So now I go in with this brush and I just brush the excess setting powder off. As long as your technique is fine to set your face, you'll be fine. Do you see that, y'all? Like, are you seeing this? Like, are you kidding? Next is the foundation. I use a combination of Luxe, Estee Lauder, Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. Love this foundation. Love. I feel like this foundation is more for my cooler tones or like in the winter, but I generally like to be super warm and I like to accentuate like my reddish and brownish undertones. I add in like this orangey mocha foundation by Wet n Wild. This is my baby. These two together, stop playing with me. And I just tap this on my face, like. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the cooler color now so you guys can see what it looks like. That's the difference between the two for me, and together it's perfect. Now that I'm covered in my foundation and I have it on, I'm gonna go back in with my setting spray and I'm gonna spray it so that I can pat it in. Oh, I'm gonna do section by section because I just recently moved over to using one of my pads as the way that I beat my foundation in instead of a brush, and it's been like significant in giving me that like smooth, flawless face. So I'm just spraying this section at a time on my face. Then I go in and I start patting her in, y'all. Are y'all understanding why I do what I do? And I'm gonna finish my face and then come back for us to start setting everything up. Period. Look at the base, y'all. Look at the base. Look at the base. Like, are you kidding? So now I go in with my drugstore brand pressed powder, period, by Revlon Color Stay. It is the Color Stay pressed powder in the shade Walnut, and it's amazing. I put this on over my foundation to help it stay longer. I go in with this really big powder brush and tap it on my foundation. And I've found that this has really helped keep the oil down. and just help give me a even more flawless look. I'm just giving you guys the up close and personal view of this combination. We are going to go back in with our Laura Mercier. We're just gonna add a little bit under the eye to brighten under the eye a bit. And we're just gonna go in, following that same shape that we did before. Takes it up a notch, you understand? Again, I don't leave it in too long. There we go. Now that that's all set, we're going to get into the blush. And I am a heavy blush girl. And I actually use two. And these two include e.l.f. Of course. At this point, e.l.f. just needs to sponsor me. Like, I love y'all. And it's called the Monochromatic Multi Stick. And I have it in the Glimmering Guava. And it's like a cream blush that also has highlight in it. And it's perfect. I use that first. I also go in with my Juvia's Place palette. There's like a pink shade in there that's beautiful. And it just adds in that extra like hot pink plump color that I'm looking for. And I highly suggest using like a hot pink or red or whatever color blush that works for you from an eyeshadow palette, because they are the most pigmented and they are built to last longer. So definitely a big tip to do. But not too much in a palette, y'all. Like, I actually use this, okay? The beautiful hot pink color, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to show you guys how I apply it. And I use this really cute brush that I got from e.l.f. My cream blush first, and I just smile and apply. And I apply in an upwards motion. And that's what it looks like, y'all. Isn't it gorgeous? And it's super buildable, it's soft. I'm gonna do the same on the other side. I like to add blush to the tip of my nose. Okay, and next we're going to do the other color from the Juvia's Place palette. You just top that off, blend it into the blush, and it's like the cream blush just picks it up perfectly. And it just really adds that extra layer of color to the Glimmering Guava. So much color to the face, so much beautiful color to the face, like that, y'all. And that's how my blush is looking. If it's not blended properly in the way that you like it to be blended, you go in with the bigger blush brush and you just smooth it out a little bit so it's blended exactly how you'd like. So next, I go in with my felt tip eyeliner, and I use this for a couple things. Obviously my eyeliner, but I also use it to place my beauty marks. So obviously your makeup will cover any beauty marks that you have, or if you want to make a fake beauty marks to add to your makeup, this is definitely a great way to do it. And I love this brand. It's a drugstore brand by Ruby Kisses, and when I tell you all, it does not fail me. Does not fail me. It's perfect. Okay, so these are the lashes of the day, y'all. Like, I swear by these. These are my go-tos. They're such a pretty cat eye double layered lash that it just gives me the right amount of volume without being too long. It has the right amount, like the right shape without me having to adjust it or cut it for my eyes. I can also link these down in the description box below because highly recommend. Start by placing it as close as possible to my lash line, and then placing the inner corner and then the outer corner. Okay, y'all, now the lashes are on. Next, we're just going to do the lip. So for the lip, I'm going to go in with my Beauty Supply Store lip pencil by NK Makeup in the color Plum. I've really been feeling this plum color, and I'm going to outline my lips. Isn't that such a pretty color, y'all? Like, I love this color, okay? Love this color. Next, I'm going to go in with my Fenty gloss, and it just gives me that plumpness that I'm looking for. Just a light layer. And then last but not least, I'm going to go in with my NYX Butter Gloss in the color Cinnamon Roll. Y'all, right on top. Nothing is beating that lip combo. Do you understand me? Nothing. We're going to give the face one full spritz of setting spray before we go in and do the inner eye corner, so it doesn't smudge or anything. We're not going in with the setting spray again. So let's do that to make sure that our face is set. Okay, so now I'm going to show you my last thing that I do. Well, my last two things. My inner eye corner and my mascara to tighten up the look. And then I'm going to come back at the end and give you the finished look, hair, everything. So for the inner eye, you really want to just follow the natural shape of your eye. So what I do is I go in and I just calm, right? And then that's how I do that. And I don't do the whole lash, but I do like to line the top of my eye as well, so it's seamless. Y'all, they don't have to look like twins, okay? But as long as they're cousins and close cousins, first generation cousins, you're fine. You're fine. Okay, so now we're going to throw on some mascara on my bottom lash line, and that's going to be the finished look. My mascara of choice is the Colossal Waterproof Mascara by Maybelline. Just go in on the bottom lash line, and it gives me that like accentuated look on the bottom to match the lash, like, and you can tell there's just like a slight difference, not too much of a difference, but just enough to really elevate the eye look, in my opinion. There we go, y'all. So now I'm going to just finish my hair and come back and show you the finished look. Yeah, makeup aid down, period. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I really appreciate you for watching. Let me know if you try this, if you like my method, and if it works for you. Would love to hear what you guys do with this tutorial. And everything will be linked down in the description box below, and you can get either from Amazon, your nearest beauty supply store, or the direct brand site. With that said, I'm just so happy that you guys watched this. Do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And let me know if y'all want a tutorial on how I cut these bangs, because I did this myself, period. Love you guys. Until next time.